Week 24. This one's on time because I'm doing it today when it's due tomorrow. um, I've been really, really busy. So this week's topic is pretty hefty in terms of seriousness. This week's topic is fear. What are your fears surrounding transitioning and coming out? How do you overcome them? What are your fears and worries about how your transition will affect your future? Do you have any day-to-day fears? This is a thick topic. All of us have kind of a hesitation in opening up, and I really think that stems from this idea of proving our manhood and playing into the social aspect of what it means to be masculine and, be this strong, independent guy. But there's, a lot of fear in the fact of coming out and, being open with people. What were your fears around transitioning and coming out? Basically, what people would think. I was afraid of what my parents would think, that they stopped, they kicked me out, cut me off, that kind of thing. With friends, it's really like, well, are they going to think differently of me? Are they going to be accepting? That kind of thing. I was lucky enough, my parents, I wouldn't say took it well, but took it well enough that they're getting through it. I have really awesome friends. And the only person I lost from transition was my current girlfriend at the time when I came out. That was way back when. So, what's the next question? How do you overcome them? Really, you just gotta kind of grit your teeth and bear it. I don't have any other kind of solution other than that. Sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet and push through it and see what happens. The fear's only gonna get greater the longer you put it off. So I don't think. Ooh, excuse me. I don't think letting it go and just trying to forget about it is gonna work. Sometimes you just gotta take it, take it in stride. What are your fears and worries about how your transition will affect your future? Well, I think it's the same thing as, when you're coming out. You're constantly coming out as a trans person. Will I be read? Will I be not read? Pass, not pass? What'll happen when people find out? All that kind of stuff, which is really frustrating. That and, fear of violence, fear of discrimination, fear of violence, fear of hate crimes. The average person, I'm going to give you a really, really awful fact right now. But the average person in the United States has a 1 in 18,000 chance of being murdered. As a trans person, we have a 1 in 12 chance of being violently attacked. It's an awful, awful number. Personally, I've experienced that. I don't know if back in when I started doing these blogs and I started coming out and all that, I was beaten up at a party for being trans. I don't want to talk about it, but anyway. Do you have any day-to-day fears? Yeah, it's all about passing, and it's all about, it comes into dysphoria and, what are going to be my triggers? Am I going to be able to work through it? Am I going to be able to kind of take on if ever anybody kind of challenges me in my stance. Am I going to be able to hold my own and work through it? I'm sorry. And it's just, I think fear keeps us from a lot of things. Sometimes you have to weigh the fear against the actual risk, and sometimes you got to weigh the fear against the gain of what what you could gain. It's a scary thing, transition. It's scary when you're first starting, and it's scary when you're going through it, and it's scary when you're done. It is a scary process at points, and can be a little overwhelming. So, I don't want to turn anybody off to transition. What are you making?
What the heck? I don't know, it's freaking out. Oh, it's just because it's wet. Don't worry, it's fine.
Oh. Sorry. It sounds like something's gonna blow up. But yeah, transition's not something for the faint of heart, and not something for people to take lightly. It really takes a strong basis in your decision and a strong grounding in your decision for this, and you're going to meet assholes along the way, and you're going to meet awesome people along the way. You just kind of take the good with the bad, take the bad with a grain of salt, and keep on going. Like they said, courage is only the accumulation of small steps. I think when you're in the beginning stages of transition, you really forget that. But it is. It's the accumulation of small steps that turn into bigger steps, turn into bigger ones. And on that note, we'll see you all next week.